Alright, this is going to be a, I hope, quick tutorial on building a 2-panel cabinet door. Flat, just a plain flat panel. People call them shaker style. I'm going to take a polyline solid, make it 3 inches, and that's the width of the style. And we'll make this 29. The 29 is not really important. The 3 inches is important. So I'll open this up, make it 3/4 of an inch thick, set this back to 0, and say OK. And then I'm going to copy it, rotate, let's make this 12 inches. That's not critical. And let's take a 3D. Now I'm going to put some wood grain on here, and the reason I'm doing that is because it makes it easier in the future. So I've got some fir, and let's see, horizontal, do that there, go back over here. The reason I'm doing this in plan is because you get snaps that you don't get other places. You can do this, you can do all this in elevation, it's just you don't get all the snaps that you do in plan. So I'm going to copy this, point to point, there to there, copy that, point to point, pick up the center, come down here and pick up the center of that. You couldn't do this in elevation. And while that's selected, we'll copy it, point to point, there to there. So there's our door. Let's get another one of these, put a panel in here, make it a 1/4 inch, make it 1/4 inch from the bottom, put it in the center. I can reflect about. I'm going to use this fir V2. It's the same as this vertical fir. It just makes it so that I can change all these different parts. Put a different material on them real easy. Now you can see that this wood grain is not correct right here, and you can see it over here. It's going vertical instead of horizontal like it should. And if you want to fix that, you can select that piece and you can turn it into a solid, and then you can explode the solid, and then you can do that and it makes it correct. So I'm not going to do that to this other piece. You'd also want to do that to this inside face. When you convert to a solid and then explode the solid, you're just creating a bunch of faces. So while we've got this open here, I'm going to Tools, Symbol, convert to symbol. And say OK. This cabinet door drawer, say OK. So in 3D, the first thing I need to do, it's laying flat right now, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is just rotate it so it's standing vertical. And come over here to sizing. I'm going to turn on these, not that it's really needed. So I want to put a couple of stretch planes in here. So I'm going to put one at 3 1/4. I don't know why it flips those around, but one at 3 1/4. You can't put it at 3. It needs to be above. It needs to be somewhere in this panel. And then since this was 29 inches tall, I'm going to do this one at 29 minus 3.25. So that one puts that one up there. And then I'm going to put one on the width. Just leave that at 0. That's right in the middle. And say OK. Oh, let me see. I'm going to I'm just going to give that a unique name, say OK. Let's stick a cabinet in here. Let's see if we can find some stain so I can do some cherry stain on these, and you can see that they all work. I can put some dark mahogany here. And if I want to just make it white, I can still paint all these pieces separately. So that's that. It's quick to do if you're not talking. And if you want it just painted, you don't have to mess with putting any kind of special materials on it. You can just make it out of Polyline solids, paint it, make it a symbol, and you're good to go.